my image of clumsy maids in anime, lots of such characters, is that they'll be tripping over floor tiles and then they'll get tea or ketchup or any food all over themselves. This is too clean to be clumsy. You need some stains on the figure. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. Welcome to this week's Figure News Fix. We will be taking a look at figure pre-orders between 27th February to 4th of March 2023. We are going into March right now, so without further ado, let's jump into Amiami.com. We take a quick look at the top 7 best selling. So at second place we have the best trap of the week. She is selling more, or he is selling more than Astolfo at 6th place. And then we have 3rd place, Ryu. I love Ryu. Alright, so on the 4th of March, there are no new scale figures. We go down to the 3rd of March, there are quite a few over here. So the first one here, we have a game character from Persona 5, Royal Loki complete figure by Mega House, 32,000 yen, very pricey. Well, I don't really know much about Persona 5, right? But you know, at first glance, my eyes feel really painful when I look at this character. Like, am I looking at some kind of eye test or vision test over here? This is such painful to the eyes to look at. Yeah, that all those zebra stripes over there. Yeah, but this isn't something I would buy. The next one seems like figure companies still remember about Psycho Pass. 10 years ago, the anime was like 2 seasons and 1 movie, was a great anime. But there weren't many figures from that series as far as I can recall. For today, we have Mega House GEM series Shinya Kogami 10th anniversary version for 25,300 yen, which is quite pricey in my opinion because we're just looking at a guy in a plain office suit, you know, holding a science fiction style pistol or rifle. So 25k feels a lot to me, but Mega House Bandai, what do you expect, right? And Mega House GEM series, they are non-scale, though I'm not really expecting them to be larger than 1/8 scale. We take a look at the dimensions of the figure, 23 centimeters, but this is a guy, so yeah, it is closer to 1/8. Up next, we have Made in Abyss, the Golden City of the Scorching Sun, Nanachi version Na. Complete figure, 17,600 yen. This shouldn't be a large figure as well. So once again, feels a bit pricey to me. Well, 16 centimeters is still okay, but that's all the way to the tip of her ears. So the thing with this anime Made in Abyss, I've heard a lot of good things about it. And you know, I like edgy anime. I like things that are a bit tragic or, you know, a lot of gore involved, violence involved, but no matter how much I tried watching this anime, I couldn't bring myself to like it. Yeah, so this isn't something I would buy, of course. I didn't like the anime at all. Up next, I want to talk to you guys about Ryu quite a bit. So we have a 1/7 scale figure of Ryu Lion. It's Leon, not Lion. Okay, from Danmachi, the 25,000 yen. This is like the Amiami exclusive version. There are cheaper versions at 22,770 yen. And then we have here 21,780 yen. Alright, so I'll close the other 2 windows. Okay. The thing with Ryu is that I have always liked her since season 1 itself. She is very chill, very calm and collected, and strong, yeah, a pretty strong character. She has proven herself a lot of times in combat. And then now, season 4 part 2. She's having a rough time in the dungeon. She's having a rough time, and then we had a look into her past in her previous Familia. I'm not going to spoil you guys if you haven't watched it, but I really love the series. And to see Ryu actually getting some justice, a proper scale figure by this company called AliceGlint. AliceGlint has made quite a number of figures from SAO. Yeah, I'm very happy to see this figure being made overall. The figure doesn't look like something very detailed to me because her outfit, her cape, everything is plain looking. But nonetheless, this is a great looking figure. And while she isn't on the top of my priorities, would I love to have this figure? Yes, absolutely. I would even go as far to say that she is my favorite character in Danmachi. I like her way more than Hestia, for example. Hestia is waifu material, but Ryu, Yeah, she is also one, and I like Rio's character a lot more. Hestia is borderline annoying, you know? Up next, we have Clumsy Maid Lily, illustration by Yuge, 1/6 skill from Vibrastar, which is like a branch on native, 21,780 yen. Well, that is an okay price for a 1/6 though. A figure that is sitting on the ground, it won't be a large figure even at 1/6. The height of this figure, what is the height? 16 centimeters. See, it is not a big figure despite the scale. Well, the pose of this figure, how do I put it, doesn't look as clumsy to me. Just an ordinary made figure which can be casted off, obviously. My image of clumsy maids in anime, lots of such characters, is that they'll be tripping over floor tiles when there is no unevenness on the floor, but they'll still trip over and fall, and then they'll get tea or ketchup or any food all over themselves. This is too clean to be clumsy. You need some stains on the figure. Maybe you can put your own custom stains on the figure, if you know what I mean. Anyways, this is kind of too generic. Yeah, too generic. So even among ecchi figures out there, this isn't something I would buy. I would go for something a bit more unique. Up next, the most pre-ordered figure of the week on Amiami, Preorder's Guilty Gear Strive Bridgett complete figure. On discount, 4,670 yen, but despite that, I don't see the need to pre-order this early. I've already complained about her or him in my Wonder Festival coverage. It's like there were 7 or 8 figures of him being announced in one single event. And among all of those, I think Pop-Up Rate is the last thing you should be pre-ordering early, because we don't know how the quality is going to turn out like. And in case you end up not liking this version, you have so many other choices to choose from, though you have to wait quite a bit, right? They won't be released anytime soon. Yeah, but for those on a budget, you don't have much to spend, yes, this is the one to go for. Up next, we have AOT, Attack on Titan, Reiner Braun, Armored Titan version, 4,080 yen. Yeah, just wait for after release. I'll be saying the same thing all the time. Up next, we have a couple of figures from Plum. Plum, they really love their lolly characters, you know. They're always making figures of lolly characters, or at least that seems to be their main focus. This is just another one. From the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, we have Arisu Tachibana at 1/7 scale, first time expression version. What is that supposed to mean? First time expression. Isn't she a poker-faced character before this figure was made? Whatever. The one thing I don't like over here is that bench she's sitting on. Very generic looking. It looks very cheaply made, you know. Maybe because I am relatively experienced with a 3D printer, and that looks like something anyone could have printed. But hey, this is a 13,000 yen figure. I shouldn't be complaining. You get what you pay for, right? You know, there seems to be some shading work on her outfit, and if that is actually present in the final product, that would be amazing for a 13,000 yen figure, but I'm not putting my hopes up. Her hair, yeah, there isn't much shading, if any at all. The dress, we'll have to see after release. But anyways, this is a very good purchase. However, you need to know that Plum, sometimes they do have QC issues, quality issues with their paintwork, inconsistency. Be mindful about that. The next one is another Plum Idolmaster figure. We have Miria Akagi Obedient Maid Son. 1/7 scale, 14,770 yen. A very good price as well. Yeah, I like this one a bit more than the previous one, Arisu. Another typical maid figure. We have seen so many such figures in the world of anime figures in general. This figure reminds me of another IMAS character made by Fat Company, I think, many years ago. That wasn't a maid figure, but the colors of the outfit is very similar. This could be a very good purchase for any Idolmaster fans, but as I mentioned earlier, beware of Plum's QC. Alright. This one, Belfast, isn't this figure on pre-order last week? Yes, she is. I'm skipping past this one. Okay, so that is all for figures on the 3rd of March. We go down to the 2nd of March. 2nd of March, yeah. one of the most likable characters from the Fate series. Let's have a look. The first one here from Fate's Grand Order, we have Saber Astolfo, 1/7 skill for 25,000 yen. Normally she is 30,000 yen. He is. So Kotobukiya figures, a lot of them are 20,000 yen and below. This one is like 30% more expensive just because he is from Fate series, and a lot of FGO players, they are absolute whales. They would spend thousands of dollars on PNG images in the game, so let's make them pay. Yeah, Kotobukiya is just pricing this thing high because they can, right? And I do believe that there is an exclusive version where you can only get it from Kotobukiya shop with an extra faceplate. They do it all the time. But I'm not buying their nonsense with this Kotobukiya exclusive BS because I can always get the figure on Taobao from China. And I can get the exclusive version for the price of the regular version. So why should I pre-order him from Kotobukiya shop, right? Do I want one? Yes, absolutely. He is one of the more likable characters in FGO. And regardless of whether he is a guy or not, yeah, a lot of us guys, we love him, right? The next one here from a couple of Kokos, we have Erika Amano Barney version 1/4 skill, 30,000 yen. Fairly cheap for 1/4 nowadays. You know, I watched the anime all the way to the end, 24 episodes. And while I was fairly okay with the series, I didn't like the ending that much. It felt a bit inconclusive. And overall, the anime felt like a cheap knockoff of Nisekoi. At least Nisekoi was a lot funnier and entertaining. But nonetheless, this series seems to be spawning quite a number of figures somehow. I don't know why. Maybe they are popular in Japan. Because based on the feedback I got from everyone among my friends who watch anime, they watched the series, they didn't like it that much. But I'm seeing quite a number of figures from this series. Yeah. So the only way to explain it is that they are popular in Japan. Anime figure markets, figure brands, they make their decisions based on their domestic market. Our opinions don't really matter at all. The next one, a pop operates Gurren Lagann viral complete figure. Just wait for after release. Yeah, there aren't many Gurren Lagann figures out there, but nonetheless, these things are so mass produced, lots of them being made, that I don't see them selling out that quickly. Another one, another pop-up parade. This one is probably the most expensive pop-up parade so far, 7,500 yen. Well, a very detailed figure indeed. Knights of Sidonia, Love Woven in the Stars, Tsumugi Shiraoi, L complete figure. Oh, this is an L-sized figure. Okay, my bad. So this thing is closer to 1/8 or 1/7 scale. This is an L-sized figure. 24 centimeters, closer to 1/7. Alright, so 7,500 yen is indeed budget friendly. However, I can only hope that the final product looks as detailed as these product photos over here. I am kind of skeptical. Yeah, not something I would buy. No, I don't collect aliens. Oh yeah, Knights of Sidonia. I think I watched a bit of it. The anime was horrible. At least the anime adaptation was horrible. I hated the CGI so much. Next, we have Mega House GEM series. Palm size Your Sun complete figure. So this thing is very small. Palm size, right? 6,800 yen. No. No way. 90 centimeters, you know, this thing is barely the size of an Android. 6,800 yen. Try to think about that for a second. This is an over-glorified price figure. Yeah, the paintwork is going to be better than a price figure, but 6,800 yen, no way. Look at that. This is so small. This is like a noodle stopper. Why would I pay 6,800 yen for a noodle stopper? The next one is also the same thing. Palm-sized Lloyd Sun. I think Mega House is just exploiting the popularity of the anime at this point. Oh, just don't get this, go and buy price figures. Alright, next one, Suketo Sanjo, H anime. Wendy Crawford Dark Cause, 1/5 scale for 21,000 yen. Typical of A+. A+, this company, they are known for 3 things. Number 1, they love their huge scales, 1/6, 1/5. I don't think they make anything smaller than 1/6. Second thing, they like their huge boobs. E cup, H cup, J cup, I have no idea, but 99% of the figure they make, they are huge breasted characters. And the third thing about A plus is that they love their defecation pose. Yeah, this squatting defecation pose. For some reason, a lot of their figures come with this pose. Not something I would buy. Alright, up next we have excellent model Rah DX series. We have Katejina Luz from Mobile Suit V Gundam. Victory Gundam Classic from 1990s. Almost 17,000 yen from Mega House. So the excellent model series under Mega House, they are a bit more affordable than the other series of scale figures like GEM. But is there any difference in the quality, the paint job, and so on? Unfortunately, I can't give you guys an answer because I don't collect them. But one will have to assume that is the case, right? Like this one over here, she is wearing presumably a pilot suit, Gundam pilot suit. And the paintwork is plain, no shading, nothing at all. This is probably Mega House equivalent of Kotobukiya Art FXJ, I think. And there are a lot of Gundam characters from this Rah DX or Excellent Model Series macros as well. Yeah, so really depends on whether you like this character from Victory Gundam. 21 centimeters. So this is 1/8 scale. That is all for 2nd of March. We go down to the 1st of March. One single scale figure, but a very good one by Apex Toys. This one right here from Girls Frontline. We have a 1/7 scale PA-15 Thief of Champagne version for 20,460 yen. That is a great price considering what you're getting with this figure over here. A nice table, couple bottle of wine bottles. What do we have over there behind her? What is that thing? I can't really tell. The one on her right side. Oh, that is a golden colored pistol with balloons on it. Okay, whatever. The one thing I like a lot about this figure right here is the face expression. You know, small chests like this, I love them as well, right? I appreciate all kind of sizes. But the best thing, oh wow, the magazine for the pistol is actually a separate part itself. It feels like unnecessary detail, but it is nice that they actually put in effort. Yeah, my favorite part about this figure is the face expression. I love it. I would love to photograph this figure at least, even if I don't get to own her. Would I love to own her? Absolutely yes. If you like Girls Frontline, please pre-order this figure. This is a great figure to have. Apex has been proving themselves a lot lately that they can make very decent figures. Okay, so only one single scale figure on 1st of March. We go down to the 28th. 28th of February, there are quite a few over here. The first one here, we have Hitowa original character BB Jill Bunny version 1/8 scale, or 1/6 scale. From Solar Rain for almost 22,000 yen. That is great value for 1/6. What is the height, by the way, at 1/6? Yeah, 28.5 centimeters. This is a very tall figure. For 22,000 yen, that is a good price. Solar Rain, from the gist of it, I think they should be under Good Smile. More like they manufacture their own figures and Good Smile distributes them, just like Fats Company. I know I've complained about way too many bunny style figures out there. But you know, these things in the end, they are case by case basis. And the one thing I like a lot about this figure, besides that semi-transparent skirt over there, I think that is a very nice touch. It is the face expression, right? It is always the face expression that really draws me into a figure. That was what that made me pre-order a figure from Blue Archive, that Asuna by Max Factory. And the face expression on this figure, if they nail it, if it looks exactly like these product photos over here, man, this is a nice figure to have. Original characters, they are all down to whether you like the character design. And I really do like this one over here. Yeah. So we'll pick up this figure. This is a good one to have actually, assuming Solar Rain does deliver in the final product. Up next, from Uma Musume Pretty Derby, we have Twin Turbo. 1/7 scale for 26,800 yen by Fats Company. Twin Turbo. So, in addition to all the horsepower she has, you're throwing in twin turbos, so how much torque is she getting? This is a unique figure for one. I do admit that. Uh, it is so colorful, like the green fluorescent colors everywhere. This looks like something that was painted with a highlighter pen. The fluorescent green, the pink over there, the blue. The whole figure looks like it came from highlighter pens. The color scheme at least. I like what I'm looking at over here. I mean, I don't collect Uma Musume, but there are so many Uma Musume characters out there, and this one probably stands out the most in the color scheme. Not something I would buy. And Fat Company, please, 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 don't mess up this figure. This is a very nice figure, I do admit that, even though I don't intend to collect Uma Musume stuff, but you guys really need to deliver on this figure. This is a very nice figure. Up next, Blue Archive, Kakudate Karin, 1x7 scale by Max Factory, 30,000 yen. I love this a lot. Yeah, I just complained about mate characters being a bit too generic earlier with that X-rated figure, but this one is holding a huge rifle or cannon. Is that a 50 cal? I can't really tell. I'm not a weapon nerd, right? So yeah, I love this figure over here. Is that a sniper or 50 cal? But anyway, I love girls with big guns. So this is something very attractive to me as well. I did not pre-order. I only pre-ordered one Blue Archive figure so far. Would I pre-order this? Unlikely at the moment, but on my watch list, I might pick her up after release. That base, man, that base is amazing. Now, 30,000 yen, I think I can justify the price if this thing is big enough at 1x7 scale, that huge rifle over there, and the base, the diorama base. The base is a diorama, it is not a plain plastic disc, yet it is compact enough. It does not take up too much space on the shelf. Releasing in January 2024. Yeah, 26.5 centimeters. That is a great size for this figure. I love this one. And not to mention, I don't think I had many dark-skinned characters among my figure collection. So this would be a very good addition to my collection. I used to own a figure of Ikumi Mito from Food Wars. I sold it to my friend. But that one was more like tanned skin. This one is actual dark skin. So this is a great addition to my collection, really. I'm going to bookmark it at this figure. Up next, we have Majime-chan, illustration by is that Retake or Retake? I don't know. 1x7 scale from Daiki Kogyo for 21,000 yen. Almost. I own a very similar figure from a H anime by Daiki. This one has a very similar vibe going on, but with a smaller bust size. But anyways, Daiki, they make value figures at 1x6 scale. Their paint work are kind of okay, like they are kind of on the flat side. In fact, Daiki Kogyo reminds me of Kotobukiya a bit when it comes to the way they paint their figures, the paint style. Very light shading if any, but most of the time not much shading going on. With this figure, I can see some shading with the stockings and her uniform. In the end, it depends on whether you like the character design with figures like this. Oh, additional display options, you see? I love that. This is what I would display this figure as. Showing her pantsu over there. There's a cheaper version over here under 20,000 yen without all the bonus stuff. Alright. Next, from Shokugeki no Soma, Food Wars, we have Hisako Arato Bare Leg version. So this is a re-release. The same figure came out before with stockings. This one is without it. 23,000 yen is value buy. So if you like her or you like Food Wars in general, this might be a good purchase if you did not own the stocking version. She is like a very loyal friend or servant to Arina. What's her name? Arina again, the female protagonist. But anyways, I kind of like her in the anime, Initially, she was like very loyal to her boss or something like that. And then slowly she softened towards the main character, Soma. She started to respect Soma, I like her. I like the character developments that went into this character in the anime. Unfortunately, the last couple of seasons of Food Wars was really garbage. Yeah. Up next, we have Chinese Paladin, Sword and Fairy for Liu Mengli. Weaving Dreams version 1/7 skill, Good Smell Arts, Shanghai for 19,250 yen. You know, at first glance, I thought this is a figure by Mietos that totally looks like something Mietos would do, but no, this is by Good Smell Arts, Shanghai. Still China brand, right? It's a China branch of Good Smell. This is like a traditional Chinese sculpture of those characters you'll see in Dynasty era dramas, Chinese dramas, and you're getting an anime figure out of it. In the end, depends on whether you like this kind of stuff. For me, this is a skip. Next one here, we have a pop-up rate of Shiloh, yeah, Legend of Mana Teardrop Crystal, 4,080 yen. This looks fairly dated for a pop-up rate figure. I watched only 2 episodes of the anime and I put it on hold. Like, the animation was amazing. Animation quality was above your typical average seasonal anime. I'm not sure why I put the anime on hold. Maybe I should resume watching it. It feels like Kingdom Hearts characters to me, yeah. Not something I would buy. As for you, if you're interested in him, maybe wait for after release. The next one, same thing as well. Seraphina from Legend of Mana. Yeah, this one isn't as nice as Shiloh. The pose is a bit stiff to me, this one. And yeah, you see the dress over here around the waist, they wear all the way down, like so flat, so plain, but it feels like a crossover between Disney character and Kingdom Hearts character. That is the vibe I'm getting over here. Up next, another pop-up rate, Doki Doki Literature Club Monica. Is this a short length anime, like 5 to 10 minutes an episode? I think so, can't remember. A skip for me, just a typical school uniform girl. Next one, another pop-up rate from Jujutsu Kaisen movie. We have Yuta Okotsu, 4,080 yen. I would say the same thing all the time, wait for after release. And I do like the pose of this character at least. And there's this thing behind him as a separate figure. Is that something he summons? Like, you know, a summoner ability? I did not watch the anime, I don't know, but looks like it to me. Yeah, this one right here. Special Great Vengeful Cursed Spirit. Rika Orimoto. This is L version. This is a big figure. For 7,500 yen. Yeah, how tall is it? 23 centimeters. It is standard, I guess. And finally, we go down to 27th February, the last day. On Monday, there are 3 figures, 3 of them. The first one here from Hyper Dimension Neptunia with Neptunia Summer Vacation version. From Broccoli, 26,000 yen. That is asking for a lot. For a company that I don't really have very positive opinions of, but we'll see. The last time I came across I've seen a Broccoli figure was so many years ago. I don't think it is fair to judge them today or to assume that they are just as bad as several years ago, but we will see. 26,000 yen is a lot. Obviously, we're getting a very nice base and a very nice sunflower over there. Like, did Plum make a very similar figure of Neptunia back then? It feels like that to me. I think Plum made something very similar, but without the sunflower. But anyways, there are so many figures of Neptunia already. This is just another one. This character never seems to die, like Evangelion and a number of other characters like Sonico, you know, they are evergreen. Here we have a cheaper version, 23,000 yen, so I wasn't looking at things properly. The one just now, the more expensive version, probably has some Amiami exclusive again. Next one over here, Evangelion Grimrock Plus 1/8 scale resin cast assembly kit. Oh, you're supposed to assemble and paint this thing on your own. This is by RC Berg, never heard of them. 13,000 yen. That is cheap, but remember that is an unfinished figure. So this is the one thing I would love to hear your opinion as well. Are you willing to spend $100 or $150 on something that is not quite finished in the paint department and try to do it on your own? Some people actually, they love it. It is their hobby. They love painting their own figures, so they can justify it. For me, I would say that if I'm confident of my own skills in painting a figure, I might give it a go. Like this one over here, at least this is a lower difficulty figure from the looks of it. Some garage kits, they are so complex that they are very difficult to paint. They are higher level difficulty. This one is low level difficulty from the looks of it, but yeah, not something I would buy, right? Our Treasure, this brand, they have also been making the same figure, 2 different versions, a finished version and a semi-finished version, you know, half completed, and you have to paint it or something like that. But it is cheaper, yeah. And the last one for the day, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, we have Iori Fuyusaka 1x7 Skill Color Resin Cast Assembly Kit as well from the same company, 17,380 yen. This is also a lower difficulty figure to me when it comes to painting and assembly, you know. This thing right here, the eyes, this is the thing that I'm always afraid of when it comes to painting own figures. I'm always very concerned of messing up, screwing up the eyes, you know. That is the one thing that is stopping me from attempting to paint figures more often. Right, RC Berg sounds like a company that makes remote control cars to me. But anyways, that is all for the week 27th to February to 4th of March. So thank you very much for watching. Which figure will you be pre-ordering this week? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do like this video and consider subscribing for this channel for future content like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys again very soon. Goodbye.